Welcome to this video in which we're going to build the fourth function asked for in assignment 5 of topic 6. So and that's the number of day. And well, there's some explanation here. It computes the number of days until some given day in a given year. So given some date, a year, a month, and a day, we are asked to calculate which number of the day it is, not in the month, but in the whole year. Okay. So for instance, the 31st day in some year would of course be the 31st of January, and the 32nd day would be the 1st of February. Okay, so let's tackle this function. Okay, I need some function that's going to be called number of day given some date, and now we have to check quickly on the tests to see if in which order month, day, and year should be given to the function. So, and that's going to be consistent with the other functions: year, month, and day. Okay, so I want the year first coming in, and then the month, and then the day. What am I going to do? Well, let's have some result variable, and that'll be the days that we want to return. So if everything goes well, we're going to calculate days, and then we're finally going to return days. Okay. So now, how do we set up days? Well, first of all, we can initialize days with day, because if I'm, let's say, the 15th of some month, then I will have at least 15 days passed only in this month, and it doesn't matter in which month. So I can initialize the number of days already with day. If day will be the 15th of some month, then I will have already 15 days, and I only need to keep track of all the days in the months before the month I'm looking at. Because if I'm looking at the 15th of, let's say, May, then I have already 15 days in May, and I must add to them all the days of the months before that. So January, February, March, and April, but not May, because the 15th of May we already have 15 days calculated for. Okay, so I must now use a for loop for each month, starting at January and going to, and of course I must change this because I have month as a variable and I cannot shadow it with some other variable named month. So I'm just going to use m, or one letter for my loop. So for m going from 1 to month not included, so if I'm the 15th of May, I must go over all months 1, 2, 3, 4, but not 5, which is May. Okay, and I will calculate all the days in that month, okay, for which I have a function, and I will add it to the days I need to calculate. So I need a number of days in some month for the given year that's coming in, and of course the month M I'm looking at. Okay, so I'm going to calculate the number of days in each month of that year, starting at month 1 all the way up to, but not including, the month of the date I'm looking. So if I'm looking at the 15th of May, I'm going to add the number of days in all the months going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, but not 5. Okay, because I will have 4 full months which are accounted for, and the 15 days of May are already initialized in the variable here. Okay, so let's see if this gives us a working function, right? Did I forget something? Did I forget to return? Might be, because it's taking quite some time. Let's go back and just check it quickly. No, I did return. Oh yes, I see where my mistake is. The variable is of course m and not month. Okay, so that would solve the problem. So I need to call this something other than month, because month is already a variable I'm using. as the upper limit for my counter. There's no use in calling it I. If what I'm counting is actually months, I might just call it M. Okay, let's do it again. And we have green light on the test for number of day. That's it. Mind the fact that you might have thought of creating the number of days in year in the same way. So, like this. Okay, which would be not the most optimized way of doing things. But if you did it like this, then that's okay too. Except for the fact that I don't have a day in here. Okay? So what I must do is just say I'm going to start off with 0 days, and I'm going to take all the months of the whole year. So I'm going from 1 all the way up to 12. Okay? And that should do it. So number of days in year then would work as well. Let's see. And it does. Okay. But if you do this, then you have some cleaning up to do, because this code and this code is almost exactly the same. So we need to get rid of this and just call number of day. So what you have is, if you have the same code or almost the same code, then either it doesn't belong in any of those places and you have to take it out in a function and call the function from all the places where the code was, or one of the instances of the code could be taken out calling the other instance. Okay, so in this case, the neat trick to do is, this is actually the more general case of looping through every 1 month. Okay, and this is only looping to some day and some month of the year. So what I can do is actually do this, return whatever that function returns, and I'm going to take, of course, the year at hand, and if I want to include all the days of that year, I must go for month 12 and day 31. Okay, so that's another way of writing it. Of course, this would be less optimized, because if you want the number of days in a year, he will calculate it through some loop. And this, of course, is much more optimized, just returning 366 or 365. Okay, but this is just my way of showing that sometimes you can clean up code if you happen to have it like this. This would, of course, be the preferred way, because it's most optimized in speed. Let's just check it once more to see if everything is okay. So I'm going to take it out here and go for this version. Okay, so this is, if you would happen to do it like this, you better do it like this. You optimize the code, so don't repeat yourself. But of course, this would be the most optimized version for speed. Okay.